Can you see my screen? Okay, I'm gonna try to share my screen at the same time. Screen sharing, there it is. Go to meeting. Gets buggy sometimes. Can you see my screen now? Okay, great. I'm looking at the document on the screen. What you see here right now is a document that I provided you guys. It's called BDF Master Guide to Read Data Assignment. There are 3 or 4 of them, which I created all the assignments for you guys the way I wanted to do it. This is an assignment sample where I wanted to create a contacts application, and so I designed the documentation for it. And this is from beginning to the end, the whole read data, MVC CRUD, login, and all that stuff built into it. So since you guys are on the second week, you guys are asked to do read data and user login this week. And if you follow my guide and use it as a guide, do not copy it. Just create your own version, your own idea, your own application by looking at mine, and it should be good enough for you. A couple things I look at when I look at your code. It needs to be done in object-oriented programming and model view controller structure. You must use PDO database connection, and you should know the difference between PDO and MySQL connections now. And I'm not going to get into that because you should know the difference between. There is also MySQL-I. I want you guys to look at that online, what MySQL-I is and what's the difference between MySQL and MySQL-I. In this class we use PDO. If you guys use MySQL-I, that's okay. Not MySQL, MySQL-I. So I just wanted to make that clear. Other than that, I'm going to go over this document really quick. If nobody else joins to the meeting, and I only have Devin right now, I'm recording this session so you guys can refer it later on. All right, on the first document, Master Guide to Read Data.pdf. There are 4 things I guess I posted on this document: flowchart, database design, MVC setup, read data sample. Flowchart, that was the first assignment I asked you guys to deliver as one of your main grades, and this is an assignment that you guys already did for your usability class. I wanted to see color coding, decision structure, what's diamond means, what's the rectangle means, what's happening, what's the story about the application that you come up with. Remember, contact app is my own idea. You need to come up with your own and create an application design for it. So that's what the flowchart is. Flowchart is the storytelling part. Okay, so that's why I want you guys to do first, because that's how everything starts. When I get a web development project or mobile application project, this is the first thing I do. I draw it on the paper. Then I start creating a database. That's why I asked you guys to draw your design. So I've created some database here, and you guys can see there's primary keys, there's varchar fields, columns, and all that stuff. You guys know the difference between those now because that was one of the discussion posts I asked you guys to learn. So there I have 2 tables in my database, user details and users, and there are a bunch of columns here, as you guys can see. What's auto increment, what's a primary key, and all that stuff I want you guys to learn. Alright, next thing I posted here, MVC setup. What's MVC? MVC is a model view controller structure. It's basically a folder structure where it tells the developer or the application where everything's are. Views are the static pages that contains the data output only, but that's it. Just outputting the data results. Okay. Models are the action pages where your database is connecting to your application. You connect to the database, you get some result, a result set, and that's it. Just connecting and getting the result or doing some action. So when you see model folder, that means there are some actions in it. Views displaying the data. Controllers combine models and views. It's basically traffic police, um, where it says, okay, here's the view, use the models, the data from the models, and show it inside the views. So controller is the place where you combine those two functionalities. Okay, so you guys can read more about the read data MVC structure outside. There's also models, MV structures, or model controller structures. There are a couple different ones, but MVC is the main one right now, and it's preferred by a lot of programmers. And you guys can develop this any language you want to: ColdFusion, PHP, Ruby, ASP, .NET, and so on. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the chat. I mean the read data right now. Devin, do you have any questions right now? Well, somebody else joined us also. Asa, are you there? Can you hear me?
I don't know how to do this.
I can't hear you right now. I heard somebody. Was that?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh, okay, it's automatic.
Yes.
I was pressing buttons and trying to talk.
All right, Devin, can you talk? Can we hear you? Or you don't have a microphone? Your microphone is muted right now. Go ahead and try to talk. There you go. All right, we cannot hear you, but I'm going to continue here. I'm recording this session, so you guys can refer later on. Okay, well, it's all right. I'm going to talk, so you guys can listen this time. So hopefully you guys already started on your read data assignment. You guys already started on your read data assignment. And if you look at the video, there's a video about the read data assignment. Also, there's this document. If you follow my document, again, this is just informative, and do not copy my stuff. If you can get it to work, try to work your application into it. Okay. All right. Other than that, let me go over this real quick. So read data is asking you to connect to a database, your own application database, get the data, and display it on the page. Not only that, it's asking you to display the data and make it clickable. When you click on an item, it will give you more details about that item. And that's basically it. And it's asking you to do that by using model view control structure. So if you look at this page, I am looking at an index controller here. At the top, I'm including some files. In this case, they're models, view and context model. And I'm instantiating that on line number 8 and 9. And on line number 13, I'm getting a view from views folder. Okay, it's basically the header in this case. And then between line 16 and 28, I'm doing some stuff, action stuff. For example, if not empty, get action. So I'm looking at the URL. In PHP, when you look at the URL and you're trying to get URL variables, you use $_get. If you are trying to get parameters from the form, you use $post. In this case, I'm looking at the URL and looking for the URL parameter action. I'm looking at the value of that item. If there's no such thing in the URL, I'm automatically going to the line number 30. Okay, so on line number 16, if the action equals to home, then I'm doing something. Or if the action equals to details, I'm doing something else. So basically, on the first part, line number 18, between 18 and 22, I'm basically loading the data into body.php. You see that result equals to context getAll. GetAll is a method inside a context model. I'm getting the results from that method. I'm loading the result into that view. I'm displaying the results. If the action equals to details, that means I'm not trying to display the results. I'm basically showing the details of the items that is selected. So I'm passing an ID into the getOne method inside the context model. This time I'm getting new data set, and I'm loading that result into the get view details.php. And that's basically it. And the else is pretty much the same thing as the line number 18 and 22, almost the same thing as line number 30 and 33. So this is your read data assignment. Okay, and later on you're going to be doing the login assignment when you have a documentation like this too. And I'm also showing you how my documentation is set up, my pages are set up, and so on, so you guys can look at all these documents here. Alright, I'm going to scroll down all the way at the end. There's a sample screenshots. This is at the beginning when I call the first action, since there's no action equals to blank at the top. If you look at the URL, it's basically displaying all the results from the database. If you look at the second screenshot, you see the action equals to details. That means something is clicked, and what's the item is clicked at, the ID of that item is number 1. So it's calling the method inside the models and displaying the details about the model that's being clicked. So basically your application is running your browser, your URL window is controlling your application, and it makes it faster this way. And again, these are mobile friendly and user friendly and all that stuff. So once you get used to using model view controller structure, you're gonna like it. All right, so look at the master guide read data, and you should be able to use this for your read data assignment for this week. And also there's another one for the user login assignment. Okay, so that's it from me. There are 2 students in here. Let me ask them if they have any questions. If not, I'm just gonna stop the recording and I'm gonna post this somewhere. And this is what the group chat looks like. So hopefully next time I have more people and more questions. If you guys have any questions, ask me on the microphone or type it on the chat box so I can see what's going on. Was the execution of those views and models in your code parameterized, safe from injections? Yes, as long as you use the PDO in your database. Let me find one model right here. All right, so for example, over here, get one, line number 25, we are passing get ID into get one. So let's find that model and find that method. Get one, get view, get all, there it is. All right, so if you look at line number 20, get one is expecting 1 parameter. If you don't pass a parameter, it's using default 0. Okay, so if you look at the line number 22, you're not using $ID directly inside your execution statement. You are using colon ID. Colon ID is prepared first before you use inside the SQL statement. And if you use MySQL query the old way, yes, it's not secure. That's why I'm asking you guys not to use that. Since we are using PDO, we are covered. It's okay. Does that answer your question? Cool. What else?
I had a question.
Sure.
At the, you know, with the when I sent you an email about the reposits, like my name wasn't on there. So do I have to do that first, don't I?
Repository. Yes, so I need everybody to have a repository access because that's how you will send your files to me. And if I don't have your files, you will not get a grade. If you have submitted your key, and if I told you I got your key and I installed on the server, you should be able to do git init and git clone the BDF1306 repository. If it's asking for your password, that means there's something wrong with your key. Okay? If it's not asking your password, and if it's getting the objects and the files and folders from the server to your local machine, then everything is okay. If you're still having problems, then you find me on iChat and I'll do a screen share to your laptop or your desktop, wherever your system is, and try to figure that out. But normally it's the setup or the key problems, SSH key problems.
Okay.
You must get your repo to work. Otherwise, I don't have anything to grade.
Are you going to be on iChat like later today or?
Yeah, not today, but if you have anything to turn in today, okay, send me an email and I'm giving you an extension, okay, because your get access is not working. But you must catch me tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be available 9 to 5.
9 to 5. Okay, I'm off tomorrow, so.
All right, great, great. What else?
Yeah, see this. Oof.
Okay,
So
go ahead.
okay, yeah.
All right. So before if there are no more questions, I'm going to say one more thing about the terminal. I use terminal on my Mac system. I also use a Linux terminal. But whatever tool you're using, the steps to send me your files used through Git is first you do git add the file or folder name, then git commit dash m. Actually, I can write this to you. So let me bring this up. All right. So if you want to send me files, let me first go to the location of my um, courses BDF 1306. All right, so these are the folders I see. All right, so if I want to send some file to my instructor, I first create the file in here. So let's say I'm going to send the test.txt to my instructor. The first things first, you do git pull. You get the latest changes from the server. You must do git pull first, otherwise you might mess up a lot of things. All right, then you do git add and the folder name, my folder. Okay, since there's no such folder here, it's giving me a problem. But if you have the folder, it should be okay. Then you do git commit -m and two single quotes. Inside the single quotes, I am submitting my homework one or whatever, or read data. All right. Once you do that, you hit enter. Finally, you do a git push. All right. So 4 steps: git pull, git add, git commit, git push, and then you should be okay. All right. Anything else from you guys? Try to start working on your login assignments, and remember, it's not that long, and things get hectic later on. So please be careful and try to do your work in advance. Otherwise, you're not gonna have time. Yes, MEC redata assignment. Devin is asking. MEC redata assignment needs to be in the repo for submitting. So what needs to happen is, let's go to this person's folder. Nope, not that. That one is not good. Let's go to your folder. So you have index.php and 01 revision control folders. What I need in that folder is BDF. Well, it should be read data assignment. It should be login assignment. It should be CRUD assignment. So they should have their own individual folders inside your own folder.
Okay. I just have to work on that part then.
Right. I mean, I need to know where things are. So when I look at the what I'm grading, let me see if I can find something to show you guys here. But FS courses BDF. Oh, there you go. I'm going to give you a sample from the last class. So this person had folders for framework read data, data CRUD, user login, another read data, and so a bunch of folders. But I know where things are. So I know that this folder contains the model view controller structured read data assignment and so on. Does that answer your question, Devin? Okay. Asa, did you have a question? Did you have a question?
I'm okay. I just need to figure out the first part.
Okay. If there are no more questions, I'm going to end the session. Please find the document and Other than that, basically what documentation is asking you, if you follow it, you should be okay. It's not read data assignment is pretty simple, but the login assignment and the CRUD assignment gets a little harder. Okay. All right. Any other more questions?
Nope, I don't have anything.
Okay, Devin. Okay, great. Thank you guys for joining, and I'm gonna post this online and send you guys a link if you guys want to refer later on again. Have a good night.